Hello Internet, I'm Garmbreak1, and this is Midgardia RPG, and tonight we'll be playing Weave, a game where we play tailor wizards, traveling the world and, learning about various interesting cultures. Joining me tonight, I have these people. Starting with
Uh,
Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play a character I don't have a name for yet. Hi, Karu.
Good job. Hi, I'm Hikaru Karu, and I'll be playing today, too. I don't know why, but anyways, yay, looking forward to weaving, I guess. Is Leah back?
Yes, she is. Hi, I'm Leah or Fury or Aaron, take your pick. And I'm new around here, and I will also be playing a character who I know very little about yet.
Yeah, so today we're playing Weave, and I'm going to read a thing from the beginning of the rulebook before we actually, start this to get us in the mood, In a loom, three things are crucial. The vertical threads of the warp that provide rigidity and structure, the flexible weft that is passed between the threads of the warp, the weave that arises from these acting together. So it is with people. There is the warp, the things about them you can see and touch. There is the weft, their thoughts, emotions, and context, and together they make the weave. So it is with the world. Each community is its own thread of the warp, separate and rigid. We are the weft, flowing between them as we travel. Together, we reshape the world. Weave of the world. Son of a bitch. A moderately fucked up extract from the first tapestry of the Villavna. Which is who you people are.
Beautiful. Excellent.
Yes. Completely nailed it. Yes. So, you people are all part of a group of magical bread wizards called the Villavna, also known as spiders, derogatorially, by people who don't like you.
Excellent.
Is you, race, gender, doesn't really matter. All that you care about is you believe that the truth of a person is defined by the clothing that they wear and the way that they hold themselves in the world. Of course, doesn't mean that you don't have races or genders, but they are not the primary aspect of people. Words are hard for me.
Man, they must think I suck because I am always in pajamas.
Stay la vie.
Yeah. There are four important threads to clothing, as it were. There's the thread that protects, which is armor and protective equipment, that kind of stuff. The thread that reveals, which is things that send a message, like rings that signify your station, masks with scowling faces, flags on keeps. The thread that conceals, which is things that you use to hide, a bride's veil or a fugitive's hood. And the thread that suffices, like the rope that doesn't break when lifting a heavy weight, or the clerk's cheap stockings that they pull on before heading to work. Yes. So those are what your character values between those four is one of the major aspects of your character, along with where they initially come from, like a traveling company where they do a lot of leather kind of stuff, or a loom monastery, which is mostly plant stuff, or a fabricator guild, which is forged materials. So, what have you guys got in your character sheets?
Well, I'm throwing stuff together right now to start. But I'm from a fabricators guild. And for me, the most important what's it called? The most important thread is the thread that suffices, followed by the thread that protects, then the thread that reveals, and then the thread that conceals.
All right.
I'm coming up with a name, I swear.
My character's name is Puka, by the way. And her most important thing is the thread that conceals, followed by the thread that reveals, thread that protects, and thread that suffices.
Did you get a tradition?
Oh yeah, my tradition is the Fabricator Guild.
Cool.
All right. What about you, Carter?
I'm still figuring out the four threads.
All right.
But my name is Ariana, and I am from a traveling company, and I went with protects. I think it's gonna be protects, suffices, conceals, and reveals.
All right. So from the combination of your primary thread and your tradition, you get what your first glyph does basically. So Karu, you said yours was your
Protects
primary was
traveling.
protects and traveling. Okay. So your first glyph, which you have recently made, and this is effectively the coming of age kind of thing for the thread folk. This is why you get sent out on your journey to learn more about the world and all that before settling down into whatever you end up doing. So the one that you made was the Glyph of Adaptation. So your garments can shift to protect you in your current situation, growing hide, fur, spines, etc. as appropriate. And I've already forgotten what the primary and tradition for the other two of you are. I'm sorry.
Good.
Conceals and fabricator.
Alright, so yours is Fool's Gold. Anything the garment is wrapped around or placed underneath looks far more valuable than it actually is.
Cool.
Which can be handy. What about you, Leah?
Okay, so I've actually done some last minute stuff. Okay, so my character's name is Marina. She's a she is from a fabricator guild, and her lead's the thread that suffices, which means that her first glyph is strength of iron. As long as I wear this garment, I will not need food, nor water, nor air, nor rest.
Awesome.
She wears a slightly revealing, although altogether simple dress, white with red lining, and bearing a little midriff because that's just who she is. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. I'm working on it.
Alright. Do either of the other two of you have some outfit details you want to share?
Not yet. Hold on. So the outfit is based on your favored material and prominent threads.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Does it have to be only those things, or can you like have fun with it?
Yeah, fun with it. Fun is allowed here.
All right. Because I was thinking, Puka, she probably wears like black snakeskin, and she's got like metal panels and chains and stuff. Playing with the fabricator stuff. She's got a long velvet cloak with emeralds on it, or of emerald, not with emeralds on it. It's emerald colored.
Cool.
So
I'm thinking leather trench coat with fur lining.
Or I never
I'm
gave you a
about
sheet,
it.
did I?
I'm about it.
That was it was Leah. I never gave a sheet. So,
That's correct.
yeah. Here you go. Sorry.
Probably more belts than should be necessary, strictly necessary.
Good.
Look, as many belts as you can get away with.
yeah,
Nothing
belts.
but belts.
Yes, now we're talking. Also, I'm updating Marina's outfit, but it's coming along.
Okay. Alright, so you were all brought together thanks to creating your first glyph around the same time. But that doesn't mean you're strangers. Pick a character that you're distantly related to, and another who's helped you before on a crafting project. So, Karu, who are you distantly related to?
Can Marina, and what's the other name?
Puka. Like the trickster horse.
Like that.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So, we'll say I'm distantly related to Marina. Oh,
Okay.
Puka.
Lee, do you want to change your character sheet's name to Puka?
Oh yeah, I will. Sorry.
I'm trying
I
to
didn't
remember
have a
people's
name.
names, and it's killing me.
Actually, we can change our names on the
That
bottom.
also works. Maybe you're all Geb in a frog. I don't know.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
We
I
could-
appreciate that you both did it the other way, like the different
Yup.
ways.
Mhm.
Alright, now we just need Leah to change it to just the character name, and we've got every variation.
I'm working on it, okay?
That fucking killed me during Magical Fury, by the way. I couldn't remember who anyone was, because...
They did that for my campaign too, and I was like, please switch.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we doing? Were we putting names in parentheses or out of parentheses?
Character name goes out of parenthesis. Character name first, and then your username.
All right.
I think that's how we do it for Drifters.
The thing is, the first thing you see is the first name, and if you see the first name as like the character name, you're more likely to say the character name than the person's name,
Yeah.
which is helpful for the DM.
Speaking of
Yeah,
which, check
so-
out Carter's sweet avatar. You can get that on a t-shirt. Go to Redbubble/Midgardia. Love us.
Redbubble/people/Midgardia, because Redbubble's weird and decided to put people there. But you could always search for.
Alright, so you
Or
were
just,
distantly...
or just Zabrak, because apparently there's not that many prints with Zabraks on.
Tragic.
So I'm distantly related to Marina.
Okay.
You are also from the Fabricators Guild, right?
Nope, I am from
Oh.
the traveling company.
Okay.
So most likely.
That sounds like a lovely, potentially sordid family affair, which I'm about.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking along the same lines. Good.
Actually,
Excellent.
I guess given that there are 3 people, I should say pick one or the other. Somebody you're distantly related to, or somebody you've worked on a crafting project before, because there are 3 of you.
Actually,
Yeah.
Karu, you're Ariana?
Yes.
I have such an idea that maybe I'm the sordid family affair with no real
Okay.
last name.
So you're the daughter of someone from my traveling company that was related to my family?
Yeah, and I was sort of left here because I'm not really supposed to be part.
Uh-huh. Cool. All right.
Alright. So, Pruka, who are you either distantly related to or have worked on a crafting project with before?
Oh, sorry. I was not paying attention and I had myself muted.
Son of a bitch.
I was talking, just nothing was being heard. All right. I worked with oh god, it's Marina before
Yes.
because we're in the same company. It makes sense if we've worked together.
Alright.
Okay.
Distantly related doesn't make sense, so
Yeah.
I'll just leave it.
Alright, so, Marina, that kind of covers your options, because there's only 3 of you. Unless you have one that you want to add.
No, I'm about this. That's
All right.
pretty much what I was thinking.
Alright, well, that sounds good to me. Alright, so you folks have been traveling for a few days, by which I mean probably a couple of weeks, more or less aimlessly, just, you know there's civilization out there somewhere and you're just fucking going. You're low on money, you're low on food, but you finally find a town out in the mountains, and I was gonna torture Zio with references to spiders, I'm now realizing, but she's not here, so god damn. Tragedy. Life is such pain. I'm gonna roll for this fucking town. Fuck everything. Fuck life.
Oh, big move.
Fuck everything, fuck life.
Fuck everything and fuck
Alright.
life.
You found a little hamlet where everybody looks really despondent right now. People are sad about events. And you can tell as you approach that there's like farms on either side of you, and there's wheat and barley and oats and hay. I'm gonna stop listing different kinds of crops because I could actually do that literally all day. And you people in that town. Oh. Listen to me roll forever. Great. As you approach the town, you realize that a small subset of the population has these really like patched and repeatedly repaired like skirt type things. But all you can determine as you approach. What would you like to do? Low on money? You've got stuff to learn.
I'm gonna investigate, I think. Just like look curiously.
Alright.
Without really thinking about it.
Oh, right. You can only spend 3 days in each town, by the way. By way
Oh
of
shit, what?
tradition.
Puka's gonna set up like a mini stall and start chilling because these people look like they need clothes.
Alright. You're gonna try and make yourself some money?
Yep.
And that's what you're up to for today?
Yeah, right. Why not?
Alright. Cool. Well, you make some decent money, although the people who have the patched and repeatedly repaired skirts don't seem to want to buy anything to replace their patched and repaired skirts. What about the other two of you? Tips for things that you could do. It's actually 4 days. My bad. I was thinking of Kino's journey. Are on page 13. It's a list of options.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna find out what the locals do for fun. Like this is a town. We're low on time and money. I'm gonna find if there's anything inexpensive that we can just do for fun.
Okay. As you kind of wander about the town, getting looks from people, as you are strange foreigners. You see a couple of things. You see the only tavern in town, full of drinking and whatnot. Since there's crops everywhere, so alcohol follows naturally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh god. I'm just thinking Marina would probably try and get into a bet with, like, she'd try and get into a test of skill and bet with someone if there's darts, something like that. If there's arm wrestling, even though she is scrawny, she's going to try and do something like that. She just impulsively.
There's that, and there's also, how to phrase this delicately, cockfighting on the edge of town. Cockfighting. Yep, that's what I'm going with here. There's chicken fights over in the farm, so you could probably get mixed up in if we're interested in that.
I don't think the fighting is more or less her thing. I think she's just gonna try and go to the.
Alright. Anybody in particular you're gonna try and get in a arm wrestling match with? Or just whoever will take you?
Pretty much the first person to talk to her, or who looks her too close in the eye.
So you encounter,
and this isn't like an aggressive thing. This is just like a, hey, you're here, let's fucking do this.
All right, hell yeah. So you encounter a burly gentleman at the bar with one of those ancient and patched skirts or kilts or what have you. Skirts is what we're going with for simplicity here.
Mm-hmm.
Got burns up his arms and he reeks of plant product, but he is absolutely willing to try and arm wrestle you.
Oh god, why am I doing this? Okay, let's do it.
All right.
For some pittance of a wager, but
for a couple of coins, yeah, or a drink, more likely.
Yeah, a drink. That sounds about right.
All right. So you wrestle with him, and you hold your own well enough. Your calloused hands from years of accidentally jabbing yourself with needles and stuff make this a little easier. But you do eventually lose, unfortunately,
Of
due to
course.
him being super strong and burly.
And me being none of those things.
Yep. And he out of kindness, he offers to buy you a drink as you buy him one as well.
Mhm.
Because you put up a good fight and you tried, and that's what counts.
I'm gonna drink with this dude. Sure.
Hell yeah!
I'm here to make friends.
All right. Anything in particular you want to ask him?
Um, just pretty much like, what's the scuttlebutt around town? What's happening here? What should I know about?
Well, this little burg's a quiet little place generally, but unfortunately, our mayor has recently passed on. Everybody's less than happy about that. She was quite beloved.
I think that was like my condolences and just raise my glass in her memory. And
He does the same. They both drink.
so what's happening now? Is everyone all right? Is there a replacement coming up? Is what's happening?
Well, we'll have an election soon enough, and if we're lucky, everything will go nice and smooth. Uh, if not, well, we'll see. Uh, real shame the way that she went though. It seemed so healthy the last time I saw her, and then she just dropped one day.
Do you think there's going to be trouble with the election?
I hope not, but sorts of things are always contentious when you live in a town of what 40 people. So,
Mm-hmm.
always rumors and gossip and all that fun stuff.
Rumors, huh?
Some people are some people who are close to her say that they don't think that she died of anything natural. Maybe it was orchestrated or something like that, but who knows?
Mm-hmm. And Marina's pretty much already decided what she's going to do, but she's going to pretend that she hasn't and just drink a little bit more and ponder.
All right, you just drink, or are you gonna get some food while you're at it?
I think I'm just going to drink.
All right. Anything else that you'd like to ask this fella?
Um, I don't think so. She's already decided what's going to happen, and as far as she's concerned, she knows everything she needs to know.
All right. Ariana, what are you getting up to on your first day in this town?
I'm investigating the history of this place.
Okay. I guess whatever passes for a city hall would probably be the easiest for that, huh?
Probably, yeah.
All right. So you kick around, ask some questions. So you figure out this is a settlement that's been around for a couple hundred years. A fairly static population. It doesn't grow or shrink all that much. It's just a little farming town out in nowhere. Um, grow crops, drink beer, live life. Very few incredibly interesting things happen here, generally.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
I kind of want to figure out what the importance is for the skirts. Like, does it mean anything?
Are you gonna ask somebody or dig through books?
Uh, I'll try the books first.
Okay. As you look through the books, you find some hand drawn illustrations that are not quite great. Um, Scenes of things from the town's past, stuff about what little industry they have. Um, you notice that in the depictions, people with skirts tend to be around like large vats. I guess would be the description there.
Mm-hmm.
They're generally depicted like near some sort of like stirring in a cauldron or a vat or something like that.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, as it is with many things, when it's your own culture, you don't really think to note it.
Yeah, okay. But I didn't see any like actual vats in the city, town, Hamlet.
You did not, but they could well be inside a building or something like that. Plus, there are farmhouses out in yonder and stuff like that.
Hmm. Does it seem like the people who wear the skirts have like anything else in common? Like a certain age?
They tend to be male and tend to be kind of rough looking.
Okay. Interesting. Mm. And none of the skirts we see are new, so they're all like hand-me-downs,
Yep. They have all
so
been,
generational.
yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what else to do.
Alright. Well, onwards to day 2 then.
Onwards to day 2. Just for my part, the minute I get back, I'm just gonna start like, oh my god, I think the mayor was murdered. We have to do something. We have this power and we wanted this town. We have to help. Like, I'm full on crusade for justice mode.
Alright. Hey, if either of you two have a reaction to that.
Uh, well, I guess we could help.
Puka's, she's like, if there are political machinations, I'm more than willing to get involved in them, but helping these people, I don't see how it's going to benefit them long term if we don't understand what's going on.
What's going on is that someone was murdered. If we can at least just find truth and justice for these people, right?
Maybe they were murdered? You don't know that for certain.
She was healthy and then she dropped dead.
She could have had an aneurysm.
I just look at her. Just really? Really?
I mean, jumping to conclusions is probably not the best way to start an investigation. She does have a point. Um, I mean, they do seem kind of put out. I mean, I didn't see anyone who was too happy about it. You'd think maybe someone would be, oh, I'm glad that person's gone now if it really were a murder.
It's the perfect cover.
And why are these people? No one's in nice clothes. Why is that?
I think it's a generational thing. At least the skirts.
Odd.
Looks like they just pass it down among the family instead of making their own.
Ew.
No accounting for tastes, I guess. I mean, they obviously care about family connections if they're so invested in that garment. Also, I did see like a lot of about vats in their history, but I didn't exactly spot anything or smell anything. So maybe that's related to your little mystery, Marina?
It could be.
Clothes dyeing vats or witches or.
Poisons.
I mean, you'd think if it was clothes dyeing vats, we would have smelled something while walking through the village. It's not a very big village.
Perhaps. But poisons as well. A lot of them have nice aromas.
True.
I do not speak from personal experience. I read this in a book somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Well, you guys eventually go to sleep. Rooms here are fairly cheap, luckily, since it's kind of in the middle of nowhere and not exactly in high demand.
Yeah.
Not fancy or super comfortable, but suffices. What would you guys like to do on day 2?
Who's left in who's left in charge after the mayor's dead?
There's not really anybody in charge per se. It's a small town of about 40 people.
But there's an election, right? They're having that election.
Right.
So who is the possibility of becoming the next mayor? I guess.
Who's running for mayor?
All right. You're gonna go around town and ask about that.
I'm probably gonna tag along.
Yeah, I think we're all tagging along this time.
Yeah. Well, she wanted to do so discreetly, but I suppose
mean, we
that's out
could-
the window.
Well, I mean, if you want to do it discreetly, we could like pair off or something like that. And also, there's only 3 of us.
I mean, you could look up that. We could try figuring out if there's like actual vats in the city.
Oh yeah, huh. We should do that.
Okay. So
Okay.
we'll go looking to see if there's any signs of like bats.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We'll do some investigation. That sort of thing.
So Puka first. The wasn't you the one out drinking last night? No, it was Marina.
No.
It was me.
All right. So as you go digging around for information, you find out that the God, where are you going exactly?
Well, I mean, she's probably just making rounds of town, like showing people these beautiful masks for sale. And while she's pretending like she's making a sales pitch, she's like, "Oh, I hear you have an election coming up," or just putting things in conversation, just asking people. She'll probably stop at any shops they have, or any places where people congregate, like churches or any or taverns or any place where people congregate. Actually,
The
Alright, so-
well.
Yeah,
The
the
well, that's a
tavern, the
good
well,
one.
and the church. That's about it. It's a 40-person hamlet.
I know. I just tavern the water cooler.
Yeah.
the literal water cooler. Yes.
All right. As you wander around town, asking people about this, you find out that the previous mayor, Moratina, had previously been the head of one of the breweries in the area, and in fact, because they're the only real source of wealth for this community, the mayors are essentially picked from the heads of the breweries in the area. That's kind of the running tradition in the in there. They're essentially the equivalent to like craftsmen's guilds in probably richer places. The way to get to be a mayor is basically to do that and then be popular.
Okay. But did she learn anything about the candidates for becoming a mayor?
GameGenerators.com.
Guys, I don't think the candidates are important.
Well, whoever's in second place could. Never mind.
I mean, he did roll for everything else.
True.
Why not
True.
roll for the name?
True. Alright.
Candidate number 1, candidate number 2, candidate number 3. Let me just roll a d3 to see which one's the murderer.
Yeah. Candidates 2 and 3, according to this list, are both named Ophiel. So,
That's their last name. They're from the same family.
so you've got the. I'm gonna give you surnames first off here. You've got Mikhail of the Mikhail Brewery, and why did I use this generator? Why did I pick this one? Why did I pick angel names? First in the list, that's why.
Yes, angel names.
All right, so you've got you got Mikhail, Wolfgang, and Gresham. Those are your 3. from the.
I'm gonna go with Wolfgang. That's the murderer.
Hey,
Well, it can't be the one made with the angel generator.
No.
Gresham.
The
I'm thinking
perfect
it's
cover.
Gresham. Oh, Mikhail. Sweet.
Mikhail, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. It was from an angel generator, not from McDonald had a farm.
Damn cold.
Damn.
So, yes. Those are your three candidates, basically.
Oh,
Mikhail
all
is from
dudes?
all dudes. Mikhail is from the same brewery that the mayor, whose name I haven't forgotten, I swear, was
Moratina.
previously from. Moratina, yes.
Okay, well, I found out some information, and I might have made some more money. So, wait.
I have a quick question from the day before. Would I have seen like pictures of the last mayor? Like, do they have that kind of shit when I was looking through the?
Like paintings.
Yeah.
From during her, there definitely would have been like a inauguration kind of one.
Yeah. Did she have a skirt?
She did.
Cool. Okay.
Right.
Continue.
It's gotta be about the clothes.
No kidding. We're playing a game about clothes.
Man, I totally lost that.
What were the other two doing? Sorry. You were looking around town for.
We were looking for like what the vats in the pictures I saw yesterday were. So probably asking around because we can't exactly go poking our heads into people's houses and going, "Hey, do you got vats?"
Pie would have if
Works
Pie
in
was here.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pie would have.
That's right. Alright. Thank you, Leah. I get you.
What? I missed it.
It's the combat system in Fallout.
I said works in Fallout.
So yeah, kind of like asking curious mostly because like yeah, I was looking through like things and I saw those pictures and got kind of curious as to what those are.
Alright,
Yeah.
Taking a more direct approach today.
good plan. Everybody kind of gives you like sort of weird looks for a moment before going, "Oh, yes, you must be referring to the breweries out on the farms."
Yes, that's exactly
Yes.
what I was referring to. I would love to see your breweries.
Well, you'd have to talk to either to one of the heads of the breweries, either Mikhail, Wolfgang, or Gresham.
Is which one do you think is the most prominent one?
Who makes the best stuff?
Yeah.
Well, personally, I've always been a fan of Wolfgang's Red Ale.
Is
Let's
that where was the mayor from there?
The mayor was from what is now Mikhail's brewery.
I'll check out Wolfgang's.
I'll check out Mikhail's.
All right. The Wolfgang Brewery is a good distance out of town. You can smell the smell of hops and fermentation as you approach. From downwind. It's far enough away from the town that you don't really notice it there, but once you get close, god damn, it's an experience. It's a small place. It's not exactly like a Budweiser factory or something. But I assume you approach and like knock on a barn door or something. Whoever was going to Wolfgang's, I think that was Leah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna knock. Just like, hello? Hi.
A burly man with calloused hands who you was it you that went out drinking last night?
Yeah, that was me.
Yes, you recognize the guy from the previous night. Comes out and greets you and goes, "Ah, hello, Weaver.
Hello.
What a pleasure to see you again. You come for a rematch?"
No, I just came to take a look around your brewery. It was delicious stuff last night.
Ah, well, I'm glad that you think so. We pride ourselves on our delicious ales here.
Delicious ales. Sorry, it's just a good
What?
sentence.
He,
Me out of character saying it's a good sentence.
he shows you around, and it's a fairly traditional, brewery. The machinery's I won't say antiquated, but I guess that wouldn't quite be the term. Primitive, I suppose. It's well maintained, lovingly maintained, but it's obviously been here for like 100 years minimum. All of it. He shows you around. You notice that everybody actually working with the machinery has these the same sorts of patched skirts.
Yeah, which I'm just like kind of like looking out of the corner, it's like, ooh, skirts. I wonder. um, but all right. I was trying to figure out where I could what I could learn from here. Um, hmm. I think I was gonna ask about like how um. Hmm. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask about the process. Pretty much, I'm just like asking about everything and looking where if someone might wanted to brew a poison to kill a mayor, for instance, one might do this in the process.
He looks utterly shocked at the suggestion.
I'm not saying that out loud.
Okay.
I'm just like, how's this working? Sort of the back of my mind, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, he gives you a rundown of the process from processing the hops to fermenting them, to fermenting the. This is where my brewing knowledge falls apart. Um,
It's okay. I kind of threw you for a different thread than you were probably hoping to follow.
Yeah. Sorry. He gives you a rundown of the process, and nothing really screams, "Hey, you could use this to make poison." Most poisons aren't really like brewed, right? It's crushed up poisonous plants or actually I don't know shit about poison. I'm just kind of assuming here. Or venom from snakes or
yeah, nothing like that. I think at this point, Marina's sort of like not feeling very suspicious vibes from him and has kind of just written him off as a suspect in the back of her head.
All right.
She doesn't think, poor dear. I think she's actually just gonna start like asking about the like when the process of brewing bores her, she's gonna start asking about the skirts and stuff. Like she's gonna ask how they're made and why the choice of colors and such.
Well, he looks incredibly proud as he starts talking about this. With the sort of look somebody gets when they're talking about well, I don't want to hit the nail on the head here, but like the wonderful traditions of their hometown and that kind of crap, talking about the festivals and that sort of shit.
Yeah.
He's kind of like got his hands on his hips, which conveniently puts him on the skirt. These are the skirts that mark us as the trusted brewers of this town. Every brewery is limited to having a mere 15 employees, and these are, I guess you'd almost call them our marks of office. We are limited to as many as many employees as of these skirts that we have, so it is vitally important that we keep them in good repair, since they also keep caustic chemicals and whatnot from injuring us in, shall we say, delicate places.
So at this point, I'm just like excited. So they're protective garments as well.
They are, yes.
And you work with a lot of caustic, dangerous chemicals, and now she's just sort of back on the train of thought.
Well, mostly incredibly hot things for the most part. Although preparation of certain grains can involve Would you use lye? I don't think. I guess for cleaning equipment, you'd probably use lye, huh?
Yeah, you need to. My father
Yeah.
used to brew. You need to use some like really powerful sterilizing agents to make sure that everything doesn't
Yeah.
get an infection.
There we go. Yeah. We generally use lye to sterilize our equipment between batches, so that nobody gets ill, because that would be a dire mark against the reputation of our brewery, and maybe enough to, I want to say, disbar, but disbar us is what he's going with here.
Hmm. Thank you so much for your time.
You are quite welcome. If you before you head out of town, how about you stop by for another drink?
I might just take you up on that.
Enjoy the town.
Thank you.
All right. Ariana, you were checking out Mikhail's brewery.
Yep.
All right. You approach, and from the outside, it's much the same. It's kind of the building is well maintained enough, but again, obviously looks like it's been around forever. This one's more brick than wood, which to you fairly quickly suggests that maybe they've been more prosperous than. Well, you don't really have a comparison, but they've obviously had money at some point.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Ask around if anyone's available to show a weaver around.
A young man, not more than about 16, is the first to spy you, and he has the same sort of like patched up skirt as most people do. His has several patches that you can tell by the way that they're still kind of vibrant, that they were fairly recently added on to. Patches of leather here and there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, it's just a fairly simple like tunic and some leather shoes. And he comes up and he looks intrigued by you. He goes, "Oh, hello. You must be one of the weavers that came into town. How can I help you?"
Yeah. Well, I was just curious about the breweries. I was wondering if you'd give me a bit of a tour.
Oh well, the breweries are the pride of our little hamlet. Well, they're the only thing in our little hamlet, but still.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being proud of what you do.
Yeah, that is true. Well, it'd be an honor to show you around.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
And
You
he
seem
sorry?
young for having a skirt.
Well, I'm the newest employee at this particular brewery. I think I'm currently the youngest in town. I've only been on for about a month or so, since our previous one of the older folks retired, and they needed a 15th employee. I was the lucky one that fit the bill. So looking forward
Bet you're
to
making your family proud.
so very much so. So happy that one of their sons actually went on to do something well. Instead of just subsistence farming. Is a big word for a man with that kind of accent. But but the pay is good, the work's nice, and I'm respected. Is interesting after growing up. It's a small hamlet, you can guess.
So what happened to the person who was working here before you?
Well, people get old, back problems, the arthritis, that kind of stuff.
I see. Didn't the mayor work in this brewery as well?
Well, yes, she did. The Kurt, I'm sorry, I guess now the previous mayor, Mauritania, she was the head of this brewery before she was elected.
So when you're elected, you are not head of brewery anymore?
Yeah, that's how it works. It both of those jobs are quite time intensive, and
I bet.
that's when Mikhail took over.
Cat, would you stop crossing right in front of my face?
And he picks up the little cat off the ground and just like scratches behind his ear. And he goes, "Ah, he's a nice little bugger, but so friendly to outsiders."
Apparently. He...
Hey, anything in particular you're interested in?
Yes, the process
Oh well,
of
we start with then and then we
same thing.
yeah. And he's a fairly jolly dude, and he starts telling you excitedly about one of their new products. And he brings you to a room full of how to describe it? Logs. Logs with mushrooms growing on them.
Okay.
It's a dark, damp room underneath the main facility. And he swells with pride, like hands on his hips as he starts talking about this was my idea. I realized that we could ferment these mushrooms just as well as we could the wheat and barley and rapeseed and so on, so forth. Creating all kinds of new and interesting things. The first batch of it just went out about 3 weeks ago, and it's been a big hit in town.
Really?
It has.
Not dangerous?
Well, I've drank plenty of it myself, and I'm fine.
Right. Interesting. How was I bet the mayor was pretty proud of having a new product
She was
being brewed.
Yeah, she was just delighted with it. Bought dang near half the initial shipment herself.
Interesting. So who do you think is going to be next mayor? Maybe the current head?
Well, it could well be Mikhail. Yeah, he's pretty keen on becoming the new mayor, following the tradition of his glorious predecessor. And we're quite popular nowadays with this wonderful mushroom brew.
Yeah, I bet. Do you have any I could maybe, grab and try?
He kind of looks around, making sure that there's nobody who looks more authoritative than him around, and sneaks you a bottle.
Thanks.
Absolutely, miss. And he like winks at you. We don't usually get your kind round here. It's always nice to see people from the world beyond.
Yep. Always interested in learning new things.
Well, I hope that our town has plenty to teach you. You take care of yourself, alright?
Yep, you too. And I go off with my hidden bottle
Hell yeah.
and a cat following me.
Yeah. Alright, Puka, did we already cover you? For today?
Sorry. Yeah, I think so. This is the second day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, you guys head back to your room.
Yeah. Someone should go first.
I found out the names of the mayors, blah blah. I tell them all the stuff I found out.
I bring out the bottle.
I excitedly talk about the fabrics of the skirts and sort of idly mention that Mikhail's a cool dude. Sorry, no. Yeah, sorry, that
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang's a cool dude. Yeah, yep. That Wolfgang is a cool dude. Probably not anyone who killed anyone. And also, their skirts are so important to them and just prattling about details.
I show my catch. So this is a new product that Mikhail's has been producing. Fermented mushroom, apparently very good. The previous mayor bought quite a lot of it.
Huh. I wonder if it's deadly.
Do any of us have appropriate magics for that?
I have no idea how you tell if you have enough the appropriate magics for that.
How could we tell?
I am quickly looking at the description.
I don't even know if that's something that our tailor magic can do.
Actually, thread that reveals would probably be that sort of thing, huh?
Mm,
You're trying to determine
that makes
particular
sense.
elements of a
Yeah.
thing.
That's my second most important, not my first.
Yeah, but you still
That's
have
my.
a point in it, right?
Yeah?
You have 3 points in it, probably.
Yeah, 3.
I have
Yeah.
2 also.
So how does that work? We spend the thread points to do things?
Yeah.
I guess the question is, can thread magic work on detect? Can thread magic do detect poison?
Trying to think.
What if we like poured some on the thread, and the thread then reveals?
Or, fabric that we had made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how it would, See, the problem with trying to detect poison is that alcohol is basically poison.
Well, what if it's not poison? What if we just detect how lethal it is?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how you do that with clothing.
Maybe it changes color? I don't know.
One of you was a fabricator, right?
2 of us.
2 of you.
Yeah.
You probably have some kind of metal drinking vessel, right?
Yeah.
Like a cup that you boil water in or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I would say that you would certainly be able to invoke the thread that reveals on that. And in order to determine if something is lethally dangerous or not. And
Okay.
in pouring it, it would behave in such a way that you would fairly instantly know. So is that what one you want to do?
Sure.
Alright.
So I spend 1 of my points.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright. So you pour some of this mushroom booze into your cup, and nothing happens for a moment, and then the bottom of the cup suddenly like flickers out of existence for a second, and the whatever beer is in the cup just like sloshes down onto the table, and then the bottom of the cup reappears.
Huh.
I'm thinking that's a bad sign.
Yeah, that's not. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
That's yeah, that doesn't look good.
So maybe it was
I'm just staring at it. It could have been accidental.
It could. I mean, the kid I spoke to said he'd had lots of it and hadn't had any issues.
But he's a lot bigger than she is, maybe, and
He's 16 years old or
true.
15.
What she bought a lot of it, didn't she?
Yeah, was it a third?
Half
Half
of the E initial shipment.
of the E initial shipment.
What if she just drank a whole bunch of this shit and just killed herself?
She
that's
fell down
that's
dead.
a lot of drinking.
Well, if this town runs on beer, I'm pretty sure they're used to it.
Yeah, but she's not the only one that's had it, and I'm not sure the mayor would be the drinking type.
Well, we could find out how much she has left.
I guess we could do that. I'm thinking, what if there's something that like neutralizes it?
Maybe.
So if you drink it alone, it's deadly, but if you drink it with something else, then it's fine.
Or maybe it has something to do with our metal, or my metal container. Do they drink out of metal containers in that pub? You were there, right, Marina?
Mostly like bone
sorry.
horns and wooden cups.
Yeah.
Perhaps it has some sort of negative reaction with the metals?
So we have to find out what the mayor drank out of.
That could be harder than, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go out and ask, like, for a tour of the city hall.
We could. We could, although
I wonder if all bottles do this, though, or if it's only just the one. Or, like, certain bottles.
I think this is a fairly generic bottle. It's definitely not the first shipment, though. They may have refined their process since then, but that wouldn't make any difference. She didn't die from this bottle. She died from another one.
If this wasn't in the first shipment, it won't matter. But if somebody had tampered with certain bottles in this first shipment, then replaced them before she'd gotten them, then it had only been a matter of time before she drank the bad bottle.
I'm also not sure why anyone would necessarily want to kill her.
Yes, I mean,
yeah,
it's probably just
a
accident.
horrible accident.
Yes.
I think Maria's kind of deflated at that. The idea that her quest for justice isn't.
We're not supposed to be on a quest for justice. We're supposed to be on a quest to learn about clothes.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's all you guys got for tonight? We move on to the third day.
probably should.
Yes.
All right. So, day 3 is a lovely sunny day in this kind of despondent town full of alcohol and, well, mostly alcohol. To be real. What would you guys like to do?
I think that Puka is going to find out what kind of books they have in this town about, I don't know, actual clothes making or anything else, because she's bored with this shit.
All right. You go check out City Hall's fairly small library. Not a lot of people are literate here, honestly.
It's the same library I went through on day 1.
It is, in fact, yes, the same library.
Well, I mean, if she can't find anything there, she can always, like, talk to anybody who makes clothes here or anything. Accessories. She makes those.
You could find some housewives that repair things. That's probably about as good as you're getting.
She really hates this village.
Hamlet. Villages are bigger.
Hamlet. Alas, poor Yorrick. Anyway.
Good. That's what you were going for. Okay. Hamlet.
Yeah.
Yes. We're calling it Yorrick from now on. By the way, that is the name of this hamlet.
Oh god.
So she'll just read their meager supply of books all day.
All right. There's not super a lot interesting there. I'm sorry.
She's super upset.
You could go drown your sorrows in alcohol.
No, she'd rather not do that, thank you. On the off chance.
All right. What about the other two of you?
I'm gonna yawn.
Okay, well that takes all day. Marina, what about you? I'm joking.
I kind of want to figure out what happened to that first half shipment. I'm gonna do some investigative work,
All right.
and see what the dearly departed mayor did with her stash of half a shipment of this miracle brew.
Fairly quickly find out the mayor's residence is just behind City Hall.
Shocking.
I know. Would you like to
I'm
do?
surprised they have a city hall.
Well, more like
I mean, City Hall is probably a hot with a desk. And
it's closer to like a community center than
yeah, probably.
yes.
Like a longhouse.
Yeah, like a longhouse, basically.
Okay, so I go check the house out.
All right.
I'm assuming someone still lives there, family, whatever.
As far as you can tell, nobody's in there right now.
Oh, cool.
And being as this is a small hamlet that never gets outsiders, only 40 people live here, the door's unlocked. What would you like to do?
I would like to investigate the house.
Alright. You enter the house. It's more like a cabin than much of anything else. There is a large pile of neatly stacked bottles in one corner. Empty bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And in the other there is a large pile of neatly stacked full bottles. The stack of empties outnumbers the other one. The place smells kinda gnarly. It smells like vomit, honestly. And there's a metal cup on the only table in the place. Right near the only bed in the place, which is right near the fireplace. It's not a big place, is what I'm getting at here.
Mm-hmm.
A significant portion of its square footage is the, booze.
Holy shit, did I brainstorm it right?
Okay, interesting. I'll look at the cup.
Alright.
Sniff at it.
It is fancy and metal. It has some, it has 2 gems inlaid on it, which probably means it's worth about half as much as, half of the total value of the town, barring the breweries. It's tin. About all I got for you. It's a cup. It smells like beer. Specifically, it smells like that mushroom beer.
Yeah, figured as much. Cool. There's something else. Oh yes. Is there any writing, that the mayor may have left behind?
There's a diary. Sure, why not?
Cool. I'll read through the diary.
Well, you're illiterate. I'm kidding. Please don't hurt me. A lot of the diary is just sort of day-to-day, vaguely mayoral things, solved a mild property dispute. Drank from the well. Well water good. About a week prior, there's a entry talking about how much she's enjoying the new mushroom brew from Mikhail's Brewery. And she's quite happy to see that kind of enterprising, not quite entrepreneurial spirit, but innovation, that's the word, coming to the small hamlet of Yorrick.
That cat is still following me around.
Yup. This little gray cat has been reported by people all across town. We're not really sure who owns it, but they say that you can hear it even in the dead of night, around 10 p.m. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Any signs of her noting how that? I guess it's pretty obvious by now what happened. I think I'm fine with that. I think from there I'd probably go to the tavern and make sure there's no metal cups in there.
Alright, you go check out the tavern. It's mostly wood and bone, as I mentioned earlier. There is exactly one metal cup behind the bar,
Uh-huh.
and it's what the bartender's drinking out of.
Great.
What would you like to do, buddy?
Slap it out of his hand?
Sure.
Yeah.
She's
gonna get us into combat in a game without combat.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Wait, what? What the hell did I miss? Seconds.
Yeah, what did Leah miss, buddy? Why don't you recap?
I found some information and I decided to go to the tavern and slap a cup out of the bartender's hand.
As he's
Oh
drinking
my
out of a
lord.
metal. Yeah.
He's drinking out of a metal
I
cup.
thought I was supposed to be the impulsive one.
What? I panicked! I saw a metal cup and went, no!
And he stares at you in like incomprehending shock for a moment
Sorry, I mean,
before going, "Hey Spider, what do you think you're doing?"
I can explain. What were you drinking?
The new mushroom brew from Mikhail's
Oh,
Brewery.
great.
Got something that you'd like to say?
Yeah, that mushroom brew becomes poison if drunk from a metal cup.
Oh. And he like looks down at the ground for a moment. He's just like, "How poison are we talking here, Spider?"
Well, it killed your old mayor. How much did you drink?
That has been my third glass.
Well, I mean, the mayor went through quite a lot of bottles of this stuff, so maybe you're good. Just don't drink more from a metal cup. Maybe don't drink more for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that. Maybe I should get on down and tell Mr. Mikhail about what you've
That little
uncovered.
detailed? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. Good idea. Before you start selling it to other places that have more metal cups.
Yeah. And he looks somewhat concerned as you leave.
Oh shit! Too late.
Rip bartender.
Yeah.
Hawk sauce.
I can't believe I was right. I watch way too many investigation discovery shows. Seriously.
Yeah, all that fear thy neighbor is really coming in handy. You're a regular homicide hunter.
Oh my god, high five.
That's all my father watches.
I'm just sitting here with American media.
In Discovery
That is
America?
American me.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Mea culpa. I haven't seen any of it, or heard of it, or seen it in my Netflix queue, or anything like that.
It turns out the real neighbor we should fear is the friends we made along the way. Wait, no. Anyway. Friends we made along the way, what would you like to do? I think we haven't gotten to what Marina got up to today.
Yeah, Marina not being part of any of these discoveries, it's just sort of like she's just kind of glum and feels like a lot of the fire's gone out of her impulsive whatever. Oh, don't worry, that'll be cured by tonight. But she, I think she's gonna try and trade fabrics, because she has all these artificial fabrics from her fabricator guild, and she's gonna trade articles of clothing in return for probably if she can swing it whatever is used in the skirts.
Okay. It takes some doing, and in terms of sheer monetary value, you probably come out a little behind, for what you've traded, but you do get your hands on the like thick coarse material that's used as the base for the skirts. It appears to be like an interweaving of several kinds of plant fabric.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yes, but she's just gonna her heart's gonna be only halfway in at the whole.
Fair enough. All right. So back to Ariana. You're hustling down to Mikhail's brewery, huh?
Am I? I
Weren't
guess I
you?
am.
Yeah.
I think
mean-
I'd look for Marina first and
All right.
tell her this is gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
So yeah, I look for
Hey,
Marina
not me.
first. Well, you didn't seem very interested in the whole thing.
But it was my whole theory, damn it.
That is true. All right, I'll pick her up too.
Sweet. She
Like,
tries
are
not to
you
look interested.
are you done reading the boring books? Your
She's like,
theory
more
was
than
correct.
done. Oh, I like that.
So we're gonna go to Mikhail's and let them know that, you know, they're brewing something that is potentially poisonous.
Let's go.
All right. So you guys, you hustle your way down there. It's a bit of a hike, but not like 3 days of suffering uphill both ways or anything. I assume you're just gonna knock on the main brewery kind of door,
Yeah.
and that same young lad opens the door, and he seems sort of shocked to see you. He goes, "Well, hello again. What can I do for you?"
Hi. I'm here to speak to Mikhail about something.
All right. Just give me a minute, and I'll go find him for you.
Thanks.
And he disappears and comes back, as he said, approximately 60 seconds later, with a burly gentleman with a incredibly patched up skirt and a pair of eyeglasses and a tunic.
Hi there.
Hi there, Weavers. My boy here, guy who I gave a name a second ago and then immediately forgot it. Upshaw here says that you were looking for me. What can I do for you?
Yep. Well, we came across your new brew.
He takes a sip of beer as you talk.
Please tell me it's not a metal cup.
Oh, it's just out of a bottle.
Okay, cool. And we found something out that you might be interested in knowing.
And what's that?
Your new brew can be lethal if drunk out of a metal container.
As soon as you say lethal, he spits out his mouthful of beer onto the floor. He goes,
Seems wasteful.
I'm sorry.
At least it wasn't into her face.
It was not.
True.
Lethal, you say? That's...
Yes.
I've drank tons of this.
From metal containers?
Oh, just straight out the bottle, which is probably a waste of bottles, because I have to... Anyway,
You should be
jeez.
fine if it's from the bottle, but your old mayor liked to drink it out of a metal cup.
All the color just drains out of his face, and he stumbles back a bit and braces himself against the wall, like one hand over his mouth. He looks just freaking horrified. As does Upshaw there, who had been so proud of this thing that he was involved in the creation of merely
A day ago.
a day ago. Yeah. Well, that. Oh my gosh. Tanya was one of my closest friends. I'd be. Oh my.
Yeah, figured it was an accident. It doesn't seem like it's dangerous otherwise. So beyond your friend, the bartender who also had a metal cup, you should be fine. But if you're selling this to other places, you might want to consider putting a warning on the label.
We sent a shipment out to the next town over just earlier today. Upshaw, get me my horse. I gotta go stop a carriage.
Puka
And,
is gonna like.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
Well, Puka, while they're busy talking, Puka's gonna like flag someone down and see if she can buy a couple of the bottles for research, just for research.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Uh,
I can see a lot of people wanting to buy these for research.
I assume most of the brewers would have heard the commotion and kind of like gotten near and are, as a result, somewhat unlikely to actually sell you any of this mushroom brew.
But she has actual gold, and she's like, "But I know how safe it is to drink it if it's not in a metal cup. I know, and I'm the one who found out."
Okay, but for safety's sake, I think we're just gonna get rid of all this that we can.
Sure, just you can give me like one bottle, right? I
We
mean,
have we
I'm
have a Puka, we have a bottle.
did we use all the bottle?
I
No,
doubt it.
poured some in
Okay,
the
then
cup.
she's like, "Fine, never mind," and she's like, "I'm gonna claim the rest of that bottle."
Alright.
She has metal cups and the booze, everything she needs.
Who are you planning to kill, Puka?
So, alright, you see, what's this? Mikhail? Mikhail doesn't really talk to you anymore. He is much more concerned with, getting on his horse and just
Saving his
booking
reputation?
it. Yeah. After he leaves, though, young Upshaw, he seems so just like embarrassed and horrified about everything. And he
Come on, kid. It's not your fault.
I can't believe that the mayor's death was. This was my idea. I found these mushrooms and figured we could do something mighty interesting with them. Maybe bring some renown to our little hamlet.
It's hardly your fault. If she started feeling bad, she should have stopped drinking.
Well, sometimes that's easier said than done.
Yeah, there was a lot of smell of puke in her house.
Yeah, it's we have some problems around here with the drinking. I cannot thank you folks enough for. And like he stops mid sentence, he goes, "No, there is something I can do to try and repay you." And you see him like fiddling at his waist, and he gets about halfway through taking the skirt off before hesitating, possibly remembering. Anyway, and then he takes the skirt the rest of the way off and like kind of folds it a bit and hands it to I guess whichever one's closest, probably Ariana because he's the one they talked to before. He's awkwardly half naked at this point, but that's not really his major concern. He says,
Wait, they don't wear anything under the skirts?
"It gets hot in here, ma'am."
That's why it's a kilt and not a skirt.
Exactly. Your friend has the right of it.
I'm not there, but like.
Alright. Are you? I
Yeah,
thought
you are.
the posse got rounded up, yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Missed that.
we're all there.
Yes, then I did say that.
Your friend has the right of it. Gets mighty warm by the vats.
Are you sure about this?
I am absolutely sure.
Excellent.
You do realize that means you're not going to be able to work here at the brewery.
I've made a huge mistake that got somebody at this town treasure killed. I will have to find some other method of employment, but I'm not sure I could stand to continue working here as it is.
Well, there are some places where that's not exactly a problem.
Maybe you should travel too.
I might just do that. Not sure I can look my folks in the eye anymore.
I'm sure you'll find something better to do out there. World's a pretty interesting place.
Absolutely.
Before we finish this conversation, can you please put some clothes on?
Do we have? We probably have. We could probably just whip something up because we're freaking tailors.
Yeah, it's like we work together and we're like making him pants. Here, pants.
He's pretty pumped about the pants, and well, thank you very much, Weavers. I'll treasure these forever.
Just
And
put them on.
he puts the pants on. Thank you for figuring out what was going on before anybody else got hurt.
Yep. Hopefully, the bartender makes it. He might have a bit of a stomachache for a while.
Oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Hey, what matters is you fixed it when you
nothing
learned.
to be embarrassed about.
Yeah. Besides, now you've got Weaver pants.
And they are mighty fine indeed.
That should help you in the next town over.
And by the way, Puka comes up to him and she like puts an arm around his back and she's like, by the way, what is the exact chemical makeup of this beer?
1 part them mushrooms from the shack, some water, hops.
I can do this.
You're not letting you take any of them mushrooms, ma'am.
Damn it.
We appreciate all you done, but that's a price a little too high. If you'll excuse me, I think I need to go take some time to think.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Do what you gotta do.
Right, so
we lost Leah.
No, wait, I'm here.
You dropped it on roll 20.
Oh shit.
Welcome back.
Okay, here he is.
I think that's it for day 3 then. Day 3 then.
Yep. And we just proved we only need 3 days.
Yeah.
Just like Kino said.
Legit.
Okay, so we have a sample of the item. We have a bolt of the fabric. We have a sense of its cultural significance.
Yep.
Crap, what else do we need? We know how to. I'm probably gonna spend the entire day like trying to figure. Actually, no. I'm gonna try and figure out who makes. Wait, right? They said they're not being made anymore, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'm probably gonna spend the day like examining the sample we have and figuring out how it's put together.
All right.
And how it's made.
Either of the two of you up to anything? Ariana and Puka.
Well, we have the garment, so
yeah, we have what else do we need? I can't remember.
We need to have some sense of. We probably need to better knowledge of its cultural significance. I think we have all the materials.
We have that. We know the cultural significance of the garment.
No, that's a good point.
I figured that out on day 2.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thing we're missing is how to make it, but they don't make it anymore, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm reversing.
Look at it or take it apart.
I mean, that's what I'm doing is I'm reverse engineering it.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
I think
we could all help.
Yeah, I think that's something we'd probably all help in. Probably reverse engineer it and try to make our own copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to. You're just trying to make like a. Okay, so you're just trying. Right. So you're not trying to do the full like building the Agridor part of it yet, right? Or.
No. We want to figure out if we can figure out its proper construction.
Okay. Cool.
How about we do this where people can't see us though, because
I assume you're in wherever you've been sleeping.
Yeah, behind closed doors, Weaver magic.
Yeah. Okay, so you spend your day on that. On the 5th day, at dawn, you get together to begin building a yarn mannequin animated by the Garment of Interest power. It is known to your people as the Egregore. You guys think that you have a sufficient understanding and materials and all that of it to try this?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah?
let's do it.
Come
Okay.
on, let's go.
So you make a facsimile of the garment and the yarn mannequin and put one onto the other, and you wait a moment. And as you watch it, the yarn mannequin seems to come to life and begins to slowly, wordlessly teach you. Like you can feel concepts forming in your mind, visions of tapestry and all that fun stuff, and you learn another mystery of the weave.
Yay!
You all get a new glyph. You can either give it one of the powers from the table up above, any of the stuff on there, or work as a group to make a new one that's appropriate to the garment.
Ooh.
I think you all get the same glyph. That is one thing I'm a little unclear on. I believe you all get the same thing from this.
It's teaching us one glyph, so it would make
Yeah.
sense for it to be one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Sorry, I was muted.
I was thinking. Well,
Actually, I think I know which one it should be.
yeah.
Reflection.
Reflection.
Something that might harm you bounces harmlessly off in the direction of your choosing. Yeah.
Oh, that could work.
Because of because their garment was to protect them from the heat of the bats.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys. You have taken your first step towards becoming Master Weavers.
Yay!
And I do believe that's the end of it for tonight. So thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.
Good night.